We're here at DevOps Days Raleigh with Carlos. Please introduce yourself to the ATO community.
Sure. My name is Carlos Santana. I'm a solutions architect with AWS. I focus on the EKS service, our Kubernetes service, working in the field with customers, building solutions and helping them to leverage the cloud and migrate, modernize, or do net new workloads in the cloud.
Awesome. Well, you had a great talk here at DevOps Days Raleigh. The demo worked, right? So
Yep.
Can you share a few key takeaways that you shared with the audience here?
Yeah, the talk was around autonomy versus standardization for platform engineering. And in this context is around infrastructure. So one of the takeaways for platform engineers or people that are looking into creating new platforms is to not create a new platform, to extend what they have. Probably if they have workloads in the cloud or migrate to the cloud, they already have a platform. They just don't know it, or they don't have a good interfaces or documentation into it. So one of the key takeaways is pick up one workload, try to do a internal developer platform POC from beginning to end, and you will find the unknowns, because that's the key to find, like, what are the things that you don't know
Okay, yeah.
And once you do one of them, you will have a lot of confidence to build a second one and to know better your consumers. And that'll be the second takeaway of if you're I think I said it in my talk, if you're in a meeting room talking about platform engineering and building an IDP, an internal developer platform, and you look around and your consumers are not in that meeting, you're doing it wrong.
Got it.
They have to be there. So I think those are two takeaways that from my talk today.
Excellent. Well, just in general, what's something happening in DevOps, a topic, a trend, a debate that you're interested in that the people should be aware of that's happening?
Yeah, so the next debate or trend that I've seen is for many years, Kubernetes is going to be 10 years this year.
Wow.
And people don't realize that. I've been working with Kubernetes since 2015, 2016. I was creating a service. And it's becoming a good platform to run your containers, your workloads, your apps. What the trend or kind of debate now is, can we use the Kubernetes API to build platform, to build APIs, to build controllers that control more than the containers. Like, for example, in my talk I was creating infrastructure, creating a database, managing an S3 bucket.
Yep.
Should you do it through a Kubernetes API? And the debate is, well, that's too hard. Kubernetes is too hard. But that's the trick. How do you create an abstraction that you, on top of Kubernetes, to make a user experience for people that don't know Kubernetes and they need to learn it, they be able to deploy their workloads wherever they are. So it could be serverless, it could be in containers, but creating an experience on that developers can just click a button, get a Git repo, get the Node.js app, they update their app, they push it, and somehow the application is deployed in multiple regions, in multiple clusters, and they don't have to deal with that aspect, but doing everything with Kubernetes APIs that reconcile the desired state of the app to the state that it's going to be deployed into.
Got it, okay. Wow, that's cool.
Hey, this is Todd with All Things Open. Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. We've got a lot of new content coming we think you're going to be interested in. One final favor, be sure to go to allthingsopen.org, allthingsopen.org to see everything that we do. Back to the video.
Last question, what's one piece of advice that you want to share with the All Things Open community?
All Things Open. So I remember Todd coming for the first All Things Open to a meetup that I was doing. I was doing a presentation on web development, JavaScript, building your, with jQuery, I think it was Dojo, on your phone type of thing. And it was very interesting because at that time we were doing meetups here in Raleigh. I've been living in Raleigh for the last 22 years. And I love getting out of work at 6 p.m. on a Thursday and just talking to people outside my company, learning where they live, what do they do at work. So for All Things Open, take advantage of the hallway track and talk to people. Try to meet people, do the networking. You can do some talks, but try to mix it a little bit. And the takeaway is you will never know if there's your next opportunity, work related or personal.
Right, yeah.
I met my wife on the internet with ICQ back 20 years ago. But don't be only in tracks and doing the talks. Also talk to people. Like, don't be afraid to say to someone like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Something interesting. Just listen, right? And that'll be my tip for All Things Open, to take the best out of it.
Well, we're both people person, so I think that's great advice. How can our community find you on the socials?
Carlos Santana. Try to put AWS in front of it, or at the end Kubernetes. You will find the other guitar player. But in LinkedIn, X. But most recently, I'm using a lot of LinkedIn, and I'm also a CNCF ambassador, where I run a Kubernetes book club every Friday. 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a virtual one. You just come in and we talk about Kubernetes books and discuss topics.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Cool, dude.